everybody, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So I don't know about you, but I am a huge Shark Tank fan. I love seeing all the products, I love seeing all the pitches, and I love seeing the fitness products. Kevin knows this, but most of the time I sit on the couch and I squirm and I bitch about how stupid they all are. But I figured we would expand my opinions onto you all. So today we're gonna go through a handful of Shark Tank fitness, health, and wellness products that have made its way onto the show, and I'm gonna give you my very honest opinions in form of a tier list. So let's break down what the different tiers are. Let's talk about our 5 different tiers that we will be categorizing these products into. The top tier is invest now. So this is like, if I'm a shark, I'm making an offer. Tier number 2, sounds like fun. So something that I wouldn't necessarily invest in, but I might buy if I have the extra money. Number 3 is unnecessary. So this is something that I don't really think there's a problem that needs to be solved. And it's just kind of a product that, I don't know, you don't really need it. The next one is questionable claims. So these are the things where I'm like, how true are the things that you're even saying about this? And then the bottom is a scam alert. These are the things where you see those compilation videos of just Mark Cuban ripping someone a new one. Mwah. Can't wait to get to those. We have 12 products to get through. Let's start at the top. The stacked workout mat. So the claims here are that the mat provides extra cushion for joints and it's a lot more versatile than traditional workout mats. Okay, honestly for me, we're starting out strong. Invest now. Let me explain why. This is such a versatile product that solves a ton of different issues. If you are someone who struggles with wrists in their push-ups, it is excellent for wrist support. If you are someone who wants to do a rear elevated split squat, but you do not have access to a little yoga block or a step, you can fold this up, use that slight elevation. If you're somebody with really poor ankle mobility and you need a little elevation for your heels in your normal squat, fold this bad boy up. So again, I think it's a very versatile product that solves a multitude of issues and could easily replace your normal mat. We started strong. Let's see where we go next. Meal enders. So this is a 15-calorie piece of candy looking thing that is meant to help you beat overeating, master portion control, and curb snacking. We're gonna put this in unnecessary. And let me explain why it's not in questionable claims. So I will give this product a little bit of, I don't know, congratulations, because they have a study that they linked that I think was done at Harvard or Stanford or somewhere. It's on their website and it basically just shows that people before suffered with this and overate this much, and then they tried meal enders, and then when they were off meal enders, it stuck. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. A few things there, it was just one study. Also, how far after are they measuring it stuck? Okay, maybe you checked in 3 or 6 months after, but what about 3 or 6 years? You know what I mean? And that's kind of my issue with a lot of quick fix products like this, is it's not necessarily teaching you anything, it's just a tool. And I don't think there's anything wrong with using tools that help you, but if you don't learn how to do things like identify your hunger cues or learn how to eat slowly with no distractions to 80% full. It's going to be hard when you're solely relying on this product. And obviously it's a product they want you to come back and buy more. So I also think it's interesting when they break down what the product is. It's a 2-layer piece of candy. On the outside, it has a sweet chocolate. So that is meant to signal you with a dessert taste, oh, the meal's over, you're done eating. And then on the inside, it's more tingly, and that's supposed to keep you distracted during potential overeating time, which they say is 20 minutes past when you're actually full, but your brain isn't caught up to your stomach yet. But couldn't you just eat a piece of chocolate and then eat a mint? Would that do the same thing? I don't know. I don't know the answer. And again, if a tool helps you, you go for it. But I think that there are other long-term, more sustainable ways to focus on understanding portion control and understanding your hunger cues. Also, apparently this product is no longer made because COVID happened, so problem solved. Let's go on. Minuscal. I wish I could put a clip up. I'm gonna leave a clip linked below to Mark Cuban and Robert Herjavec, who's my favorite, just absolutely tearing these guys a new one. It almost makes you feel bad, but I don't feel bad. Okay, so obviously this is a scam alert. They are no longer in business. Essentially, this is a nutrition bar that is meant to block the absorption of fat into your system, and it uses this proprietary blend blend called Colive. Anytime someone says proprietary blend, which I can't even say apparently in this video, I cannot roll my eyes far back enough in my head. Because really all that means is that they don't have to say what's in it. Look, half of the evidence that they were producing on the show was anecdotal evidence, which in a scientific field of nutrition, that's not good enough. You need peer-reviewed studies. That is the top tier. You need the science to back it up. The anecdotal evidence is fine, but these guys just did not have a great pitch. It also did not help that Mark immediately called them frauds. He jumped on them saying, you can't say that eating this is gonna make you lose weight. And he's right. If you eat that, you're ingesting calories. That doesn't make you lose weight. And they're like, no, that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. And then Robert is like, wait a second, right on your poster, lose weight. And then everyone is like, oh my God. So look, I think these guys meant well, but I don't think that they understood nutrition enough. And they also just fell into this trap of terrible buzzword, clickbaity, manipulative marketing. And they are no longer in business. So watch the clip. It's actually hilarious. Kodiak Cakes. They have a multitude of different products, anywhere from oatmeal to pancakes. And their products are made with whole grains. They're protein packed, no preservatives, and artificial additives. We're gonna put Kodiak Cakes in Sounds Like Fun. Let me explain why. I absolutely love their products. I think they're well sourced. I think they are a really convenient way, especially for people at breakfast, to actually get more protein and fiber into their diet, because that is the place where most of my clients do struggle with. That being said, and the only reason I'm putting it in Sounds Like Fun is because I think it's a little pricey for the convenience. Their average product is around $7. And again, I get it, you're paying for the convenience, right? Because if you were to buy just a normal big thing of rolled oats, what is that, $2, $3? But to get that added protein in it, you're gonna have to add something to it. So I'm getting nitpicky here. I'm not shitting on Kodiak Cakes by any means. I can't sit here in this economy and be like, you should buy this $7 bag of oatmeal, because not everyone can afford that, The Simply Fit board. What's funny? I actually owned one of these. My mother bought me one once and I took it out of the box and I immediately fell on my ass. This was years ago. It got donated to a Goodwill. Okay, what I'm about to read you are direct quotes from their website. Twist your way into your fat burning zone. Improve balance and coordination. Gain strength by toning your abs, legs, core, and upper body. We're gonna slide this guy into some questionable claims. And let me explain. Let's just go claim by claim. How about that? Twist your way into your fat burning zone. Yeah, the fat burning zone is a myth. It doesn't exist. It's been disproven many times, time and time again. I have a whole video on it if you want to learn more. And I get that this is an older product, but if you're still selling it, you have to update your verbiage to go along with it. Improve your balance and coordination. I'm sure it does. I'm also sure that there are a ton of other things that don't require buying an additional product that you can work on your balance and coordination. If you enjoy using this for that, you go for it, but know that you don't have to. And then we've just got a bunch of buzzwords. Gain strength by toning your abs, legs, core, and upper body. If we don't know by now, toning is not a real thing. It does not exist. It's really just a buzzword. And, we probably can all envision what a toned body looks like. And really that's just someone who's lean with muscle definition. So you get that type of body by lifting heavy enough weights, having a low enough body fat percentage, and hoping that your genetics give you that type of body. Ooh, next up, we've actually talked about this one before. Bala Bengals. So Bala Bengals are little wrist weights. They also have other types of products, and they're very, very cute, very Instagram worthy. I'm gonna read a direct quote from their website. At Bala, we believe beautiful, functional equipment will change the way you move, because we understand that your life includes exercise, but is not exclusively defined by it. Play is here to stay. That's fun. I'm gonna put this in unnecessary. Let me explain why. These are ankle and wrist weights, and the 1 pound option comes in at $55. We can just stop it there and be like, they're just expensive. They're overpriced because they're pretty, and I don't know who can afford that. But we can go a step further and just be like, I'm sorry, but why do you need to put a pound on your wrists? Literally, why? Like what, especially if we're talking about function, which they specifically say in this big mission statement, like functional, what do they say? Functional equipment. What in life causes, like what are you weighting your wrists with in daily life? You know what I'm saying? What are you weighting your ankles with? And I understand that there are applications for certain athletes perhaps, or people with very specific performance goals to weight their wrists and ankles, but like the everyday person, no, I'm sorry. If you enjoy them and you have the money to spend and you think they're cute and you love them, you go for it. Do you need them? Absolutely not. The Terracore. So this giant piece of equipment is ideal for at-home workouts. You burn 4 times more calories due to the instability of the surface, and the dynamic surface engages 4 times more muscle. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I think this came out in like the very beginning of the pandemic, or maybe I saw it then. I was eventually working with clients just solely outside, and I really wanted one of these. And I'm really glad I didn't buy it because it's truly unnecessary. If you want to invest in something like this, like let's say you don't have a ton of space, or I don't know. Look, on their website, they talk about how it partners seamlessly with dumbbells and kettlebells, medicine balls, and your TRX, but like you can just do all of those things by themselves. This piece of equipment isn't really gonna amplify that much. It's really just a giant oversized Bosu ball that's a little bit more complex. It's a cool product, don't get me wrong, but do I need to go out of my way to buy one and use it with clients? No. Next up is Shred Skins. So this is a disposable one-time use sauna suit. This was on a very recent episode of Shark Tank, and I nearly lost my fucking mind on the couch. Kevin was like, you need to chill. All right, so they don't actually have their own about page, which I thought was really interesting. They just link an article from Everyday Health that explains some of the benefits. I found that interesting. Some of the benefits that this article claims are heat adaptation, so you get your body better at performing in hotter temperatures. Weight loss, which is, they do admit, mostly water weight, and then Epoch, which again, we've talked about before. Epoch, or excess post-oxygen consumption? Exercise post-oxygen consumption? The fuck does Epoch stand for? I don't remember. All right, well, I made a whole video about it. Epoch is technically real, but it is so overinflated. And it's this idea that like, if you work in a certain heart rate zone or do this or that during your workout, like you'll burn even more calories afterwards. But like the percentage is like so small, you would be burning like 40 more calories. It's stupid. And then specifically on the show, they discussed how people like to see their sweat to feel like their workout was good. And it's a great way for athletes to make weight. The only thing that I think is actually relevant in all of those claims is that this is a great tool to help athletes make weight. Are most of the people watching Shark Tank or listening to all of these claims athletes? Probably not. So we're gonna put this in unnecessary, and let me explain why I didn't put in questionable claims. All of the claims they make are true, I just don't think they matter. Most people don't need to adapt to training in really hot climates. You might, but most people don't. Epoch is minuscule. Getting rid of your water weight is a dumb thing because the second that you drink water again, all of it's going to come back. Like we need to stop worrying about getting our water weight out of our system. Like it's not fat, you're fine. You know, the claim that people like seeing all of their sweat, it makes them feel like they got in a good workout. Why don't we educate people on why sweat isn't necessarily a good indicator of how good your workout was? Unless your goal is to sweat profusely, it's not a good indicator. So really all this product is doing is dehydrating your body, which most people do not need. The Chirp Wheel. I actually have 2 of these. Let's talk about them. So the Chirp Wheel helps with back pain through soft tissue work along the muscles that frame the spine. You're gonna be surprised, but I'm actually gonna put this in sounds like fun. And let me explain why, as a Chirp Wheel owner and someone with an affiliate link down below is not saying invest now. Again, it's a product that is very cool, solves a problem, and is very well made. Can you also pretty much get the same effect from a foam roller, which is not only going to probably be cheaper, but also more versatile? Yeah. So to tell people like, oh, well, you need a foam roller and a Chirp Wheel, like you don't. You can, you don't. And it's not an overpriced product. Like, it's not like I'm not asking you to spend shit, but like, it's not like it's $150 for a glorified yoga wheel. You know what I mean? So it's a great product. I love mine. But do I find that a foam roller is a much more versatile product and typically cheaper? Yeah. All right, moving along. We have the Kettle Grip. So the Kettle Grip is a product that hooks onto any dumbbell to make it mimic the weight distribution of a kettlebell. According to their website, kettlebells provide simple, unique exercises that build functional strength and range of motion. However, kettlebells are expensive and nearly impossible to travel with. With Kettle Grip, you'll get your full workout at a range of weights anywhere you can find a dumbbell. I would be intrigued to try this product. I get what they're saying, and I've said this too about training with kettlebells. The way that the weight is distributed, where it more so falls to the bottom, and by more so I mean it falls to the bottom of the kettlebell, that's kind of how most of our things that we use are weighted in daily life. And that's just because of gravity, right? So I think like that's a great claim there. I'm just like looking at the handle. The thing that gets me is I love kettlebell work for the skills that you can do with them, like cleans, snatches, swings, and I really don't see how you could do any of that with this product. But I guess if we're talking about the weight of it, the wrist stability that you would get, I don't know. We're gonna put it in sounds like fun. It sounds like fun to try. Maybe I'll have to try it. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video. Next up is the Morph foam roller. So this is a travel-friendly collapsible foam roller. Y'all are gonna be surprised. I say invest now. Here's the reason why. It's a little pricey for sure. I think it's like $60 or $70. But if you are someone who travels a lot, or if you are someone that does something where you commute without a car and you would ideally love to bring a foam roller with you, but you don't want to be like carrying a foam roller with you, I think this is a great option. When I go to my dance rehearsals twice a week, would I love to carry my foam roller with me? Absolutely. Am I going to? No, because it's huge, but I would bring this with me. So I do actually think if you travel a lot, or if you're in a situation like I just said and you want access to a foam roller, I actually think it's a really good investment. It's pricey, but if you'll use it, I think it's worth it. All right, final product, the Metric Mate. This was also on the most recent season of Shark Tank. And this is a product that counts your reps, sets, and weight so you don't have to. Okay, you're gonna be surprised. I'm gonna put this in unnecessary. Look, I think it's a really interesting product, but number one, I don't really understand how it works. Number two, they didn't get a deal because they were way too focused on a lot of other things. You can find the episode and watch it, but it's a pricey product. It's like $200+ between the actual product and then the app and the programs or whatever. And you know what's free? Just opening up a note on your phone and writing it down. I don't think it's that hard. And I don't know. I can be lazy, but I'm just I don't think that's that hard. And it's cool to see all your stats and everything like that. I just think it's a little unnecessary. And also I think as a society, we've become way too focused on tons of stats that we don't need. How many calories our little watches say we burn in a day, the intensity at which we're doing this, a freaking lumen that tells you if you're burning fats or carbs. It doesn't focus on the basics, right? Are you getting stronger, lifting more, recovering faster? You're doing great. All right. I always forget how long these tier list videos are, and they're also kind of a pain in the butt to edit, but you guys always seem to really like them. So let me know what you think. If there's any other products that I did not cover, there have been a ton. I mean, there's 14 seasons of Shark Tank. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on that, and I will see you all in the next one.